Hello Mallards, it is Saturday and today I roasted myself an artichoke, and I know that doesn't seem like a big deal, but I don't cook, so I'm pretty proud of this. Not that I've tried it yet, could be terrible. Today actually finished the campaign that I have been playing for the last 3 weeks, an Urban Shadows campaign, and I thought that now, was a good time to finally talk about it. So Urban Shadows is another Powered by the Apocalypse game, like Masks, which I've played previously, and Monster of the Week, which I've played. I've also played several others that are also powered by the apocalypse. It's a system that I really, really like. And Urban Shadows is the same thing, but think like urban fantasy. So vampires, witches, werewolves, but in a like Vampire Diaries sort of way, you know, or like modern times, modern technology, modern politics, but there's this whole underground world of magic and immortals and demons, all that kind of stuff. I would say from reading the book, it sort of gives me the vibes of like the Angel TV series, if you guys have watched that. So the idea that like in LA, there are just like regular people. We also played a game set in LA, which maybe lent itself to this, but there are regular people, and then there are people who have been like touched by the underworld who figure stuff out, and those don't have to be vampires. And so especially like the Wolfram and Hart part of Angel like really translates really well. There are these different circles of power. So you have like Night, which is like your vampires. You have Mortalis, which is like mortals who figured things out, but who are still like mostly in the mortal plane. They just know about stuff. You have Power, which is like oracles, witches, sorcerers, that sort of thing. And then you have Wild, which is fae and demons. And so we played a 3-week campaign. We had 4 characters. We had Sally, an aware, so a mortal who just knows the world exists. She was a nurse and essentially ended up like working on a bunch of people from the other circles. We had Charles, who was a fae, who left the fae realm to come to LA and really liked it and didn't want to leave. We had Joe, who is an oracle, who was subservient to a vampire named Verona, because he was pretty sure the only way to prevent the end of the world was to like keep an eye on her. And then I played Tasha. I'm an imp, who was once like also subservient to a like demon liege who I escaped. And Tasha runs a nightclub that has like a secret underground business that essentially helps other people escape. And over the course of the story, we noticed some weird happenings, and Joe's premonitions and a little bit of Charles's past and then a little bit of my past sort of all culminated together with a little bit of the things that Sally had been learning, for us to find out that essentially the father of Hollywood was a powerful like mystic, and he had been using the energy of Hollywood for years to keep himself young and immortal, and decided though that he no longer wanted to share that power with people from the other circles. So he'd created this intricate spell to like take the top people from all the other circles, who were essentially each of our bosses, and siphon their powers to make him all powerful. But we stopped him because we're awesome. It was a really nice like cinematic ending too. We each got to essentially like use some of our top moves and make wild choices. Wesley, who was our DM, like wove everything together really, really well, especially with the kind of disparate, I think like final actions that we had. He still managed to be like, yes, this connects to this, connects to this, connects to this, and like let's weave you a nice story. And I liked it. I liked the characters that were developed. It was a really fun world. It made me confident enough to think that I could maybe run an Urban Shadows game, although Urban Shadows has like a different level of complexity than Masks. So I'd want to run it with a small amount of people, but I think I'd be willing to try. And I kickstarted their 2nd edition because I like this sort of story. And so I thought it would be fun to have those books. And so I've got them, and I might run a campaign. just have to sort of figure out what I want to do. Maybe I'll make Tasha and NPC and her club Dio like a big part of whatever I run when I try and run this. So that was my whole day. Actually was pretty nice. And then after that, I did some work for Phoenix Tears. We're finishing up casting and stuff like that. And then I was supposed to go to a murder mystery with Ginger, but she wasn't able to do it. So that didn't end up happening. But I'm making plans for other things to do the rest of this week. And tomorrow I have to get up early and write 600 blogs. So I'm gonna go to sleep right now. It's early. Like, it's like 10 o'clock. I'm gonna upload this and you guys are gonna be like, oh, something wrong with you? No, I'm just tired. I'll see you tomorrow.